Rab explains it all. Math, chem, physics never fall. Subscribe and learn. Ace every test, so Rab explains it best.
Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to learn how to solve simple interest questions, and in fact by the end of this video you will be able to solve the examples that you can see in the first slide. Okay, without wasting more time, let's get straight into today's lesson. Before learn how to solve examples, it's important to get familiar with some definition. What is the meaning of principal? Principal is the amount of money that you put in a bank account. What is the definition of interest? The bank is going to invest your money, and because of that investment, it's going to pay you your share. Okay, so it's going to be the money that banks is going to pay you for saving your money with them based on interest rate. What is the definition of simple interest? Simple interest is a type of interest that bank is going to pay you only on the principal, not previous interest. What is the formula for calculating simple interest? I is equal to P times R times T. What does I stand for? I stands for interest. P is the principal or the initial money that you put in your bank account. R is the interest rate, which is usually per year. T is the time in years. Okay, let's solve the first example. If you deposit $500 in a saving account that has simple interest of 4% per year, find the simple interest earned in 6 years. It's really easy. We are going to apply the formula I is equal to P, which is the principal, times R, which is the rate, and times T, which is the time. And R and T are based on year. So I is equal to, what is the principal or initial money that you put in the bank account? It is 500. Rate is 4%. I must write it as a number, not a percent. I am not allowed to write 4 here. Okay, so I must write it as a fraction or decimal. Here I prefer to write it as a fraction. 4% is going to be equal to 4 over 100. And what is the T? In 6 years. So I'm going to write 6 here. I can drop these two zeros with these two zeros, and I'm going to have 120. So after 6 years, the bank is going to pay you $120. What about part B? What does it say? Find the total principal plus interest. We usually call it balance. After 6 years, we must calculate the balance or total. Total will be equal to principal, the amount of money that you first put in the bank account, plus the interest, the amount of money that bank has paid you. So the initial money is 500. And the interest is 120. So the total money or the balance will be $620. Really easy. If you deposit $1,200 in a saving account that has simple interest of 5% per year, find the simple interest earned in 3 months. Look, here I have 5% per year, but here I have 3 months. I told you the units must be corresponding. Okay, anyway, I'm going to start with writing the formula. Interest is equal to P times R times T. What is P here, which is principal? It is 1200, as you can see. And the rate is 5%. I'm going to write it as a fraction. So 5 over 100. What about T? As you can see, T is 3 months. I must convert it to year. How am I supposed to do that? By dividing it by 12. So 3 over 12. I can simplify that and I can write 1 over 4. So I should not write 3 here. I must convert it to the year. And I'm going to have 1 over 4. Okay, let's calculate the value. I can drop these two zeros. I can simplify that. By 4 is going to be 1. By 4 is going to be 3. So it's going to be $15 in 3 months based on simple interest. Let's solve this example. The initial money or the principal is 250. Interest rate is 4%. Time 3 years, really easy. I is equal to P R T. What is P? It is 250. Rate is 4%. I'm going to write it as fraction, 4 over 100, and time is 3 years. I can drop 1 0, and then I can divide both of them by 5. It's going to be 5. It's going to be 2. Simplify by 2, 1 by 2, 2. So it's going to be $30. It is the amount of simple interest after 3 years. Here we have the principal, which is equal to $600. Interest rate per year is equal to 5%, but time is here is based on months. Okay, let's calculate it. Units are not corresponding and we need to convert the units. P, R, T. What is P? Here it is 600. What is rate? 5% per year. So I'm going to write 5 over 100. And what is T here? It is 6 months. But the interest rate is per year. So I must convert it to the year. 6 months. I can write it as 6 over 12. Or because we have 12 months in a year. Or 1 over 2. 1 over 2. These two zeros will be cancelled by each other out. And I can simplify it by 2, 1. By 2, 3. It's going to be $15. And this is the amount of interest after 6 months. Here we have 2 more examples. Principal is $300. Interest rate per year is 5%. Time 2 years. It wants the balance this time. Simple interest plus principal. So it wants balance. Okay, let's start with calculating the amount of interest. I is equal to P R T, which is 300 times 5 over 100, which is 5%, times 2, and both of them are per year. These two are going to cancel each other out. I'm going to have $30. But the question does not want the interest. It wants the balance. Simple interest plus principal. So I'm going to have simple interest is $30 and the principal is 300. So I'm going to have $330 after 2 years. Next example, we have the principal, interest rate, and time, which is month. Be careful, you must convert it. So I is equal to P R T. Principal here is 400. The rate is 10%. I'm going to write it as a fraction. You can write it as decimal if you want to, and time must be converted to a year. How many months do we have per year? 12. So I'm going to write it as 3 over 12 or 1 over 4. I'm going to multiply it by 1 over 4. I'm going to drop 2 zeros from denominators and numerators. This 4 will be cancelled by this one, and the simple interest will be $10. Now, does the question want simple interest? No, it wants balance. Balance is equal to simple interest plus principal. So 10 plus 400 will be equal to $410. Really easy. Here you can find more examples, and I strongly suggest you to solve them at home. If you have any question or if you wanted to share your answer, please feel free and write it in the comment box. I will try to answer them as soon as it was possible for me. Thank you for watching this video.